Hello and welcome back to our return from our hiatus of True Crime Monday. Well, Tuesdays, I'm a little late, but I'm actually a month and a couple days late, but still. Thank you for joining us tonight. It is going to be a quick stream, like very, very quick, actually. We've got a little bit to cover because I do want to bring this up because I'm still noticing this is something that not a lot of people are really talking about. This is something I had to really delve into. We went right into the phone records, and there was all sorts of stuff that we found. When I say we, I mean really just me. What I had found on this part. I did have help from Justice for David Crowley and Family on Facebook, but I wanted to return back to this case as kind of a return to the true crime. Hey, how's it going, Greg? How's it going? Been a while. I'll have to catch up sometime for sure. But tonight I want to focus in on the phone records. Some of the parts about the phone records I found very interesting. You guys can probably see on screen right down in June. Yeah, July 2nd, 2014. You're going to notice there's something a little bit weird here, and I'm going to go over this as much as I possibly can. I'm still digging. I haven't completed the phone directory yet. I've been incredibly busy with everything else going on between our game products, between another venture that is taking place right now with me and a couple of my friends. That's covering other types of content. It's something completely off from this. But I've got a lot of projects going on, a lot of different things kind of going on right now. So I do apologize for February 18th. What day is that? Let's see. Yeah, I figured there's going to be some. My computer's definitely still having some very, very big issues. The 18th, depends on the time. I have some things already going on that day, but I will definitely see what I can do. If it's like before, we'll say 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I should have no problem doing it. I have something going on that I have to travel for that day. So I'm hoping to have at least about an hour and a half or so just to make sure I can get down to this place on time. So, yeah, I mean, that starts at 3 p.m. So hopefully it'd be before 1. If not, then probably wouldn't be able to make it. But I would definitely check it out for sure. But I do want to go and make sure that we cover this. Because like I said, this is something that it was a little alarming to me, especially when you look into David Crowley's history. Now, this isn't something that's like alarming as in like, oh, he was involved in something. No, it is, but it isn't. So first, I want to go take us back all the way to the very beginning of this case. Okay, so we're going to look at early part of the timeline here. So the big thing we want to go and find here is when was David in the military, right? So we know he began basic training at Fort Benning, Georgia, and that was June 23rd, 2004. And then you got to see right here, on November 11th, 2006, David was transferred to Fort Hood. Now, this is the part that some people have caught this for sure, and others have not. Fort Hood has been kind of a center for the U.S. military when it comes down to human trafficking, odd disappearances, homicides, assaults, tons of problems that have gone on down there. I'm not saying everybody down in Fort Hood is bad either. I'm not saying that, but a lot of bad things have come from there. We're even talking from, as little as like, or well, not as little, but as we're looking at things like human trafficking, right? Well, we're talking children, women, men, primarily women and children, though, being trafficked through that area, being involved in all sorts of really heinous things in the area. But David was there. Okay. Now, we know, once again, lots of human trafficking things going on, right? That area. So that's the big part I want us to focus on here, right? Okay, just for this part here, okay? Now we'll go into the phone records again. Now we're going to look at this right here, the Child Rescue Association of North America. I've already gone over this before, so we're not going to go look them up, but we do know this is an anti-human trafficking organization. Now, I want you guys to pay attention to this part here, is the ones on the left are the ones that are calling, okay? This is the sender, here's the receiver. So we know, for instance, if we're going to look at January 1st, 2014, 4:18 p.m., we know it wasn't a very long call because it was 0000 all straight across. It was somebody called, and we know we can go look right here. It was not even a call. It was a text message. So we can see that right here. Text message, not even a call, right? But we know this is a text between David Crowley from his old phone number to Mason Hendricks. So this is how this all operates here, okay? Now, we're going to go back down. Now, we're going to go right over here, and we know this is a text, okay? So we see there's a text from the Child Rescue Association of North America to David Crowley's old number. Text message at 8:05 p.m. Now, we don't really see this number popping up a whole lot, except here we see another one that pops up, 10:55 p.m. Now, this may seem a little interesting here, and it may seem like, oh, maybe there's nothing here. Except we know right here, you go down here, all of a sudden you see David text back. Same day at 10:53 p.m. So he gives it a little over 2 hours, almost 3 hours, before he actually texts back, and then they text him 2 minutes later. Now, like I said, we want to keep going with this because why are they texting David? But then you see the conversation continues from here. Following day. So you see David Crowley doesn't text them first. They text him again. Okay. We keep going, and we don't see a whole lot. See, so I'll show you the quickest way we can do this. For those that have access to this phone directory and all this, this spreadsheet that I've got put together, this is going to help you very quickly. So we're looking for child, right? We're only going to see this like 3 times. Okay. Bam, 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 bam. Except we do see this down here on the 3rd as well, I could have sworn. Oh, there's 7 of them. So now we can go down. We know that David does text them back on the 4th at 10:20 p.m. Now, we see this as a trend here. He's talking to them at night. Okay, so this is going to be away from the public eye. They're texting him into the early morning, right? And he, texting right back into it. But that's the end of it. So we see on the 5th is where the end of this is. Now, I haven't gone back over everything when it comes down to before this, if they had reached out to him. So I have no idea. It's a crucial day. Yeah, I don't have any other apps except for the Google Chrome, unfortunately. Yeah, I'll see what I can do about February 18th. So yeah, if it's before like 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I should be able to join there, Greg. Shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, that's like I said, we want to pay attention to this. Now, why is this going to be important? Well, David was in Fort Hood. Okay, when he got back for his for the stop loss and all this, this is before, like when he was on his way out. This is where he was stationed. Okay, this is also where he met Komel. They shortly married after they met. The thing is, David, right after that, moved back to Minnesota. So my question is, okay, why before his death were these people contacting him? Why was he talking to them? Now, like I said, I don't have a whole lot tonight, but this is interesting because now you have to look at some of the people he's involved with here through this film. You've got Hollywood involved, right? Now, what do we see from Hollywood that we keep hearing about, right? We start hearing about things like, well, let's say the Me Too movement, right? We start seeing these major studio execs being, involved in some trafficking, some, sexual assault allegations and things like this. So, who's to say? Because once again, we've got that little loose connection here. He's involved with both these groups here. Okay, now that's just for starters. But then he's also got these people that he's tied in with for his film, and they don't want this. Like, they're obviously holding the movie back. Okay, when I say these certain people, okay, we know that Zach Carter, which was the guy that was kind of a go-between between movie execs and David Crowley, that was their go-between. There was a lot of conversation, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here in just a second. Hopefully it's not too bad buffering right now. But let's look up Zach. Now you can see lots